Hello friends, welcome to this new video. Today we are going to start a new topic in chapter 2 and it is a cooperative society. In this video we are going to see its meaning, features, merits, limitations and types of cooperative society. So let's see with its meaning. The word cooperative means working together with others for the common purpose. It is a voluntary association working for welfare of its members. According to Indian Cooperative Societies Act 1912, it means a society which has its objective for the promotion of economic interest of its members in accordance with cooperative principles. Mostly it is started to remove the exploitation of middlemen who wants to earn greater profit, and registration of cooperative society is compulsory, but it is very easy to start. Only consent of minimum 10 adult persons are required to form a society. The capital of a society is raised from its members by issue of shares. After registration, the society gets separate legal identity from its members. Let's see features. First is a voluntary membership, second legal status, then limited liability, then control and service motive. Let's see first one, voluntary membership. It means membership is open for all without any discrimination of religion, caste and gender. A person is free to join as well as free to leave society. There is no compulsion to remain member in society, but a member must give notice before leaving the society. Second is a legal status. Registration of society is compulsory, which means it has separate legal identity from its members. So society can enter in contracts, purchase assets on its name, sue and be sued by others. That means others can file case against the society and society can also file case against others. Its working is not affected by entry or exit of its members. Third is limited liability. All members of cooperative society have limited liability, which is up to the amount contributed by them as capital. It is maximum risk a member has to bear. Next is a control. Elected managing committee takes all decisions in cooperative society and committee members are elected by voting of all members of society, and it provides democratic character to cooperative society. Next is a service motive. The main purpose of cooperative society is to increase mutual help and welfare of its members. So, the motive of service dominate its working. If any surplus is generated, it is distributed amongst the members as dividend according to bylaws of the society. Now let's see merits of cooperative society. First is equality in voting status, second limited liability, then stable existence, then economy in operations, support from government, easy formation. Let's see first one, equality in voting status. It means one man, one vote. Your capital contribution is not important in voting. Every member have equal voting right in cooperative society. Next is a limited liability. It means liability of members are up to their capital contribution in society. Their personal assets are safe. They are not going to use to repay debts of business. Next is a stable existence. It means the continuity of cooperative society is not affected by death, insolvency, or insanity of its members. The society's operations will continue and unaffected by any change in membership. Next is the economy in operations. The members are generally providing free services to the society, and removing the middleman also reduce the cost. One more thing is there, the producers and consumers are members of society, so the risk of bad debt is also lower. Next is a support from government. Cooperative society is a democratic and secular organization, so government support in the form of low taxes, subsidy, and low interest rates on loans. Last one is easy formation. The cooperative society can be started by 10 members only, and even registration procedure is also very simple, involving very few legal formalities, and its formation is governed by Cooperative Society Act 1912. Now let's see limitations of cooperative society. First is a limited resources. Second, inefficiency in management. Then lack of secrecy. Then government control. And the last is differences of opinion. Let's see first limited resources. The resources of cooperative society is consist of capital contribution of members whose resources are limited. Even low rate of dividend on investment also not attracting new members, and even more capital from existing members. Next is the inefficiency in management. Cooperative societies are unable to employ expert managers because they are not able to pay high salaries to them. The members who are providing free services on a voluntary basis are not professionally expert in management of society. Next is that's why inefficiency in management is seen. Next is a lack of secrecy. Due to democratic setup and in cooperative societies, members are doing open discussion in the meetings, and even disclosure is also required under the provisions of Cooperative Societies Act 1912. This makes it difficult to maintain secrecy in cooperative society. Next is a government control. Cooperative society have to comply with various rules and regulations relating to auditing of accounts and submission of accounts, etc. Even state government also control the functioning of cooperative societies, which affects the freedom of operations of societies. Last one is differences of opinion. Cooperative societies are managed by members themselves. Differences in opinion may lead to difficulties in decision making. There is always chance of dominating personal interest on a cost of welfare of other members in society. So due to democratic setup and managed by its members only, the differences in opinion is possible, due to which the difficulty can be faced in taking decisions.